Memphis, 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 Memphis. Nothing but Memphis.
That's right, guys. Nothing but Memphis Showboats. Right here on the Captain's Log with your host, Brandon, a.k.a. the Captain. Oh, my God. Is this what all them other teams feel like that, like, win all the time? Are you kidding me? We got back-to-back back-to-back. Talking about back-to-back wins? Let's go, dude. Okay. I don't know if y'all noticed about me, but I've been covering this league since last year with the USFL network. Last year, I was covering the Tampa Bay Bandits, who, if you don't know, turned into the Memphis Showboats. Nice little rebrand. Bandits are on hiatus per the league. And the team picked up and moved out to the Memphis, turned into the Showboats. And something that I've never seen, this is my first time seeing this as a fan, back-to-back wins, okay? And my first time seeing a win against what was the number one team in the league, consensus number one team in the league, okay? If you didn't put the Breakers at number one in your power rankings, I don't know how to tell you, but you don't know ball, okay? Simple as that. Breakers were number one. There was no way you couldn't put them at number one. The Showboats just beat the number one team in the league, okay? The Bandits never did that. All of our wins last year came against a clean sweep against the Gamblers, who last year always crumbled in the second half. We were able to sweep them, but then after that, our only other wins came against the Maulers, who went 1-9, and the Panthers, who went 2-8. The Maulers and the Panthers actually faced off in the affectionately known Toilet Bowl, where they competed to see who would win for the first pick in the collegiate USFL draft. So those were our wins as a Bandits fan last year. Okay. This year we got 2 wins. Last week we beat what would be I think they were number 3 in most rankings at worst, the Michigan Panthers. Okay. We went to Detroit, took them down, handled business there. And now we just did the improbable, the unthinkable against the Breakers. Okay. What a time. I'm overreact a little bit. Okay. This is the Breakers we just beat. All right. The big, bad Breakers. They got MBT, who could be considered MVP at this point. You got Wes Hills, who could be considered Offensive Player of the Year at this point. Both debatable, of course, both debatable, but you could get into a debate with either of them. And the Boats defense showed up again and did exactly what they were able to do to the Panthers last week. Held them to 10 points, just like last week. So definitely Showboats defense, star of the game ball going to the defense for this one. They were shutting everyone down. I mean, Wes Hills couldn't do nothing. Wes Hills had 38 yards on 14 carries. No touchdowns for Wes Hills. The dude has 8 touchdowns on the year over the first 5 weeks of the season. I think he's played 3 games. I don't think he played the first game. So 3 weeks, he racked up 8 touchdowns. No touchdowns here. No touchdowns to be found today. Okay, defense was able to pick off MBT. We were able to cause turnovers, created 3 total turnovers, 2 fumbles and a pick in this game. Created 4 last week against the Panthers. Okay, quick math tells you 7 turnovers the past 2 weeks. You know how many we had from week 1 to week 3? 1. And that was just a terrible overthrow by Kenji that just landed in Lamont's lap. It was just there for the taking. Shout out Lamont, right place, right time. But I'm just saying, over the past 2 weeks, the floodgates has opened. You know, there's that old saying, you just need that one turnover. You just need one. Once you get that one, things start to go your way. You might get a few more bounces your way, and then the turnovers start to happen. Guys get confidence. Guys get momentum. Big Mo is a thing, okay? Momentum is a thing. And that's what the Showboats have right now, especially on defense. Guys like Greg Reeves, Jeff McCulloch, and the D-line just swarming MBT, putting pressure on him consistently all day, making him make some weird throws, making him look not like MBT, not like the MBT we've seen so far. Troy Warner, absolute stud of this game, had 12 total tackles all over the field, flying around. Dude had a huge stop on West to bring up a 4th down, in which the next play, I believe it was Malik Lawal, stonewalls West Hills again for the 4th down stop. So, I mean, defense was clicking, firing on all cylinders. West Hills was out for about a series or two. And when he was out, that was when Anthony Jones came in the 3rd quarter and scored the Breakers' only touchdown of the game. Okay, just think about that. The Breakers only scored 1 touchdown in this game. Just insane, dude. You can't talk enough about the defense, but I want to get into a little bit about the offense now. They did enough, okay? They're doing enough to win games. When you got a defense that's playing like ours is, you just need somebody like Cole Kelly, 6'7", big, lumbering as big dude out standing in the pocket, 6'7", just getting drilled from hits and delivering the ball even while he's getting drilled. Knows he's going to take the big hit, but he's got such a big frame and such a big body. Dude ain't scared of nothing. Absolutely fearless out there. You know, they talked about it a lot on the broadcast. He's the big Ben Roethlisberger that Todd Haley's been looking for, you know. Just shaking off plays, able to extend plays when things break down. You know, the offensive line isn't playing its best at times, and Cole's able to still make some plays, shimmy out of there, and even when the defense is bearing down on him, delivers some strikes. Him and Papali, their connection still lovely, going just as fine as it was last week. There was, let me talk about the running backs a little bit. Kareth, White, and Jawan Washington. The run game, I touched on a little bit. The offensive line kind of letting Cole down at times. So you would think that could also be a contributor to the run game, as we are just getting nothing going on the run game still. It's going to be hard to see how long we can go on like this, having no run game. We can manufacture some little make the pass an extension of the run game with some little screens and dump offs here and there, but need the run game to start clicking. We got 2 smaller guys now with Kareth and Jawan. Alex Collins is on IR, and you kind of see too. Alex Collins, a bigger dude. Kareth has been mostly in for most of the plays. I think Jawan is considered the backup, if you will. And Kareth, when he's in on pass protection, sometimes, you know, he's not the best pass protector in the world. He's got to get better at that. Jawan has to get better at that too. Alex Collins had a lot of NFL experience, and an NFL running back knows how to pass protect. You're not going to be in the NFL long without knowing how to protect the quarterback. Running backs are a big deal, so it'd be nice to see these guys step up a little bit and get going and give a new dimension to this offense, because Cole Kelly's doing everything he can, but we need just a little more help for him. But speaking of help, we got some new faces that showed up in the receiving game this week. Vinny Papali still doing his thing, still showing up. But we saw a lot of J.J. Wilson, a lot of targets to the tight ends in general, really. Daniel Helm saw a few targets, but J.J. for sure. J.J. and Vinny Papali combining for 11 receptions. And then we saw Osiris Mitchell get involved a little bit. He had a season-high 4 receptions. Great to see him. I've been talking about it for a couple weeks now. I would love to see him get more involved in the offense. He's a big body receiver, can make those contested catches. Cole likes to chuck that thing down the field sometimes, so I like Osiris getting involved more. Love to see it. JJ, like I said, the tight ends getting involved more a little bit. Ryan McDaniel, he almost got involved. Cole Kelly missed him on a deep pass. Ryan had his guy beat, did everything he could. Cole just barely missed him. So you hate to see that. Otherwise, great game. Love to see the weapons showing out. If we can get all these guys together and get enough balls to spread out for these guys, that'll be awesome. We just signed back Cheyenne O'Grady, too, who was a top 3 tight end last year with the Bandits and has some familiarity with this team and Todd Haley's offense. So going to be nice to see him get injected into the offense, hopefully next week or the week after, because I'm hoping next week, because the Maulers are tough. We got a tough Maulers team coming up next week. But let's close out this talking about this game against the Breakers with just an overall good team win. Okay, offense, like I said, they did enough to win. They scored points. They responded is the word I was looking for. They responded every time. The Breakers were able to go down and score 7 to make it a 7-6 ball game in the third quarter. Cole Kelly goes down the field, gets him in field goal range. Alex Kessman comes through with the 50-yard field goal to take back some of that momentum, kind of calm down the Breakers a little bit. We regain the lead and take back some of that momentum, like I said. And talking about Alex Kessman, man, the dude is back. You want to talk about a team win? Special teams was a big part of this win. Alex Kessman, 3 for 3 on his field goals, made that 50-yarder. He's back in his groove. Love to see it. Brandon Wright, still doing Brandon Wright things. Okay, all USFL punter last year, looking to go for the 2-time this year. Bombing balls, making the Breakers go the long way. You know, not giving them those short fields like some of the kickoffs the kickoffs are conducive to. You know, a lot of the kickoffs in this league come back to about the 40, maybe even the 50, if you got a real good returner back there. So having Brandon Wright and being able to pin offenses back and make them go the long way that they might not be used to, hell of a weapon. Love these guys, man. Huge team effort, huge team win. You love to see it. I talked a little bit about it there. We got the Maulers coming up, another team that's trending upwards, just like the Boats. They just beat the Michigan Panthers in what would be called an upset, if you look at the betting lines and all that like I do. But if you would have followed me on Sink or Swim on the little YouTube short show I do for you guys every Friday or Saturday, depending on when it drops, I give you all my picks for the week, gambling-wise. And I picked the Maulers to win this one straight up on the money line. You know, I thought the Maulers defense is even better than the Boats defense. And what the Boats defense did to the Panthers was hilarious. Okay, so held them to 10 points, and the Maulers are the better defense because guess what? They held the Panthers to 7 points. And so you tell me that, I mean, that's about as clear cut as you can get for who's the better defense. All right, I know the Showboats defense playing elite right now. We're trying to get on that Maulers level. All right, you can argue with anybody you want. I'm not going to argue with Webb. Y'all can go argue with them. Maulers defense, best in the league. They were like top 2, top 3 in the league last year, and they just didn't have the offense. Now it seems like they've got the offense going. They've found their guy in Troy Williams. Dude just won Player of the Week for the Maulers on offense. Crazy times. Okay, the Maulers just had an Offensive Player of the Week win. Okay, because Troy Williams is that dude. All right, he's dynamic. He adds a great, different energy to this Maulers team. And like I said, with the best defense in the USFL, all he's got to do is just not turn the ball over. So that's, of course, what the Showboats are going to need to do if we want to keep winning these games. You see it game after game. It's showing you. Proof is in the pudding. Turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. Need to get those turnovers. Need to hold the Maulers to field goals only, and they're going to get those too because they've got this guy, Chris Blewett. I don't know why he hasn't changed his name yet to Chris Made It. Okay. Another Pitt Panther kicker. The Boats have their own Pitt Panther kicker in Alex Kessman. And Chris Blewett has just been killing it since he came in. Week 3, I believe it was, against the Stars, went 5 for 5 with a long of 50 in his debut. Signed that week, won that week. No big deal. All right. So the Maulers, they win with true team effort. Okay, they've got offense, defense, special teams. Okay, and when all 3 of those are clicking, they can beat you, they can get you, they will. I think they're on their way to being number 1 in the North. Okay, I think they're a playoff team already. That defense alone is going to be no easy out for any team playing them this year, so that will always keep them in games. So like I said, man, defense, we're going to have to keep doing what we're doing, cause some turnovers, get some pressure. Going to have to rattle Troy a little bit, get him shaken up. Going to have to, on offense, if we going to find a week to find the run game, this is the week to find the run game. Okay, need a run game. All right, the Maulers front 7, they got Boogie, they got Tazino. I don't want to butcher his first name, but Olive Sagapolo, okay? They've got dogs all along that front 7. They're all eating. They're all hungry. They're all scary, okay? The Maulers defense is scary. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I think I had a prediction in here. No. Yep. My prediction for this game. Boats win 17-14. I'm back on the Boats train. No more predicting losses. We're predicting winners all the rest of the season. So let's go Boats. 17-14 and what's going to be another defensive battle, another real cagey affair, if you will, between two teams who's going to be competing to see who's the best defense in my eyes. This game will really – excuse me. Like I said, this game will be a huge test for the Boats to see if we can keep this win streak alive, go for 3 straight. I can get real used to this winning thing and coming in and talking to you guys about a win. So let's hopefully do it again next week on the next episode of Captain's Log. I appreciate you guys showing in, showing up, showing out. Make sure all the fans do that at the next home game coming up this weekend against the Maulers. We're going to need you guys loud and proud to get those Maulers off their game. All right? So without further ado, go Boats. Get out of here. Let's go win another one.